Coach, you can go ahead and start us with a statement when you're ready.
Come on, Joe.
Big questions.
Well, first, I just want to congratulate Texas Tech. I thought they were outstanding tonight. I thought they were tougher. I thought they played with a lot more poise, and they just really were impressive tonight. And I want to congratulate their staff and those young ladies for how they played. You know, it was obviously a frustrating night for us. I just got finished telling my team I've not coached a team before that just it was really frustrating as far as getting them to listen and try to do things that we wanted them to do. And that's probably as humbling a loss, y'all, as I've had since I got beat 98-38 in the Sweet 16 against UConn. I feel the exact same way. And at least that night I got beat by the best team in the history of women's college basketball. But I feel every bit the same. I apologized 100 times that night to my AD in the hallway, and I would do the same if my AD was here right now. I'll wear it. It's nobody's fault but my own. You know, it's part of having a young, immature basketball team. These two guys are not young and immature, but they're part of a young, immature team. And you know, as a coach, you have to be able to adjust to that and coach that better. And here's the thing, y'all: you're either coaching it or allowing it. That's it. And I've got, you know, I obviously did not do a really good job this week or tonight. And you know, nobody will wear that more than me. And you know, I'll fix it. It's my job. And you know, I've got to be better. If I was an administrator right now, I'd probably be wanting to have a visit with the head coach, want to know what in the heck that was out there tonight, because it wasn't very good. And again, I'll wear it. It's my responsibility, and I'm extremely disappointed. We obviously didn't shoot it well, 29%. You know, we put them on the line 44 times. It just was we outshot them 72-38. We had 21 offensive rebounds. We only had 12 second chance points. And again, we only had 20 points in the, or 16 paint points. And that was part of what was on the board in pregame was we've got to get the ball inside and we got to get to the paint with our guards. And I just thought we settled way too much tonight. And again, it seemed like every time out I was asking them to do it. At halftime I was asking them to do it. We really struggled to try to find a way to do that. 15 turnovers against the 2-3 zone. Turnovers continue to be an issue, you know. When you have that many turnovers and you're shooting it that bad, you got to stop turning it over, because if you're only going to make 30%, well, that's 30 points. So 30% in my math is right. Well, that's 10 more points. So maybe we're in the game if we just don't turn the ball over against the 2-3 zone. So again, there's a whole list of things. You know, 2 for 18 in the third quarter. It's a horrible way to start. I was just really disappointed, I thought, in our focus and our effort. And again, it wasn't just something that woke up and happened today. And it's frustrating when you can't get people to listen. And I just thought we really lacked a toughness tonight. We lacked a discipline. A lot of whining, you know. But that's young kids, right? It's young. We had a lot of whining going on. And you just can't do that, man. It's about toughness. This game's about toughness. When you wear Texas on your chest, you got to be twice as tough as everybody else. You know, it's just the way. And when you're number 9 in Texas, you got to really be tough. You got to have some discipline to you. We just didn't have it tonight. So I got to coach better and teach better. At the end of the day, it falls on my shoulders. I got to be better, and I will be.
Joe and Aubrey, what do you think went wrong think Coach touched on it, mostly with toughness. It's hard. It's hard to win games when you're getting out tough. It really is. It's really hard. We just couldn't get stops where we needed to get stops, and to me personally, it was a toughness piece. Like, it really was. So.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was mainly toughness. I think we were focused on things we couldn't control more than the controllable aspect. So I think we lost sight of what we were doing, which, again, is a lack of focus.
Vic, how surprised were you by this? You said it wasn't just today, so did you see this coming? Were you worried something like this might happen?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, here's the thing, y'all. It doesn't make you a bad kid. They're great kids, but your character is what is going to allow you to be great. Like, there's lots of good players, but they're not great, and there never will be because their character won't allow them to be. It'll hold them back because they don't have any character. The same thing with teams. There's some good teams, but if you want to be a great team, your great teams have character. That's what allows you to go to the next level and be great. And so what I mean by that is, you sit around, you walk around and go, well, I did this the last game, or I did this the last game, and you stop working, you stop focusing, you start doing things outside of your body that you're not supposed to be doing, and that's the character piece, right? And so those are the things that it's hard to get across to young people. And young kids, they all want an opportunity. We had some young kids that got an opportunity tonight. Didn't quite work out at this level like they thought it might. Again, it's it's hard being an 18-year-old playing in a conference game at this level, right? And so you got to keep working. But if that's how you practiced, it's hard to, if you're missing shots in practice, you're probably going to miss them in a game. If you're going to turn the ball over in practice, you're probably going to turn it over in a game. So it's just we've had some success early. And, I think that our youth, our inexperience, our immaturity, our lack of character, it showed tonight, And that's, again, it's nothing terminal. It's fixable. But we've got to, we talked to them, my staff just told them, you got to look in the mirror. I think we had a lot of people looking around wanting to blame other things tonight. Sometimes you got to look in the mirror. You got to be accountable. I mean, I'm accountable. That was my mess out there tonight. You don't have to go no further. That was me. I'll wear it. I'll fix it, though.
For the players as leaders, what do you guys have to do to make sure this doesn't happen again with you guys and with the young players?
I think being two of the leaders. I think being two of the leaders on this team, we both need to look in the mirror and fix what we need to fix, and then bring our team along. It always starts in practice, so we need to fix the problems that we've been having in practice and just get our focus back and understand what we're playing for.
Do you feel like the practice preparation has not been where it needs to be, Audrey?
I think we have our days where we'll be really good one practice, and then we'll go another day and it not be as good as that day, and we can go 2 more days of a good practice. It's very inconsistent.
Did you feel that you didn't have much of a choice but to put Joe back in the game in the third quarter, and how much did that foul trouble in the second half with her and Audrey kind of hurt y'all?
Well, I don't think there's any doubt when you have both of them on the bench, we're a different team, I'll tell Joe, I had a lot of confidence in her that she can play through that fourth foul, but I was kind of at my wit's end at that point. She was kind of, to me, I couldn't afford to, I had to go that way, and, I would, so I have confidence in Joe. It didn't work out. Doesn't mean I won't do it again because I have confidence in Joe. And, you know, she'll probably be a little more careful next time. And, but, you know, we're obviously a different team when she and, especially defensively. I mean, it didn't matter who we had on the floor tonight offensively. We weren't very good offensively. But defensively, Rory, Joe, and Audrey are my three best perimeter defenders. And we had a real hard time at the four tonight matching up. Like I thought their four-player, I thought Taylor Thomas was big for them. And she had 13 rebounds, 12 points. I thought she was kind of the difference. You know, we battled with Gray all night, and I thought Bramber Scott was really good for them. You know, and again, you guys have to understand that they're kind of like us. You know, they haven't had their team all year. That's the first time they've had everybody, you know, healthy. And so that's their team, not the team that's been playing in November and December without Gray and without Scott. That's their team tonight, and I knew that. I knew that going in. But, you know, my frustration, y'all, is just you know, I knew that offensively they could probably throw some numbers up, but, you know, Oklahoma scored 97 on them the other night, and they were laying it in on them. We just we wouldn't do it. We wouldn't try it. We wouldn't do it. Then when we did it, it was, you know, we made some real bad decisions, ran over people, and so you know, it's one of those nights, y'all. You know, it don't happen often. At least it hadn't in my career. But you know, I guess the moon's in the right spot because it was a bad deal.
So it's definitely a wake-up call, you would say.
Well, we'll see. I mean, it's only a wake-up call if you fix it.
Right.
If you own it, you wear it, and you fix it, and you go out and you win the next game. You know, right now we don't have a game on this weekend. So be good. We'll have a few good practices, and we'll see what we're made of in practice. Because quite frankly, we need it. We need some practices. We need some competitiveness. We need some toughness. You know, this ain't the time to air out our laundry, our dirty laundry. We got some. We addressed it. We'll fix it. You know, these two up here, you know, they're competitors. You know, they'll help fix it. And then we're finally getting some kids back and getting them healthy, and they just need some reps. You know, Amo needs reps. She needs conditioning. She needs to get up and down. And, you know, D too. D was out. She's been back for 2 days of practice. So she's got some rust to knock off too. I didn't think we were very tough. You know, inside we were, think about this, at halftime we were, we were 0 for 2, 0 for 3, 0 for 4, 1 for 3 at the post at halftime. That's a lack of toughness, y'all.
But is it also a talent thing where you can't fix everything, obviously? Are you saying it's more mental, that greatness is there in the front court that just hasn't come out yet?
I'm going to say that we're talented enough down there. I'm going to say we lack discipline down there. I'm going to say we lack toughness.
Right.
You know, we settle for 8-foot turnarounds instead of drop-step dunks. You know, we get our shot blocked because we're not disciplined enough to show shot after showing them on film what they're going to do, and then show shot and get by, you know, make a move, you know, head and shoulder. You know, we're not disciplined enough to go through a scout for 2 straight days and know that number one is going to dribble twice to her right shoulder and come back to her left for a layup. And we get in the game and whack her. I mean, but again, y'all, we're not talking about a senior-laden team here now.
Right.
We got a bunch of young kids on. Starting freshman point guard, I got Deanna Gaston's, she's really in her first year. She played a little bit last year, but, you know, she's awfully young. And, you know, we got some youth, and sometimes it's going to have some rough nights. And that's when I got to get these two to kind of carry us sometimes and be better. They weren't bad tonight. They played really hard. It hurt me not to have Joe fourth quarter, no doubt. And I'm not sure how much Audrey played in the fourth quarter, because at that point, you know, I worry about Audrey a little bit too. She'd had a big spill out there, and
Did you get hit in the face, Audrey? I mean, you know what happened on that play?
Yeah, I just hit the screen and had a little whiplash, but that was all.
Do you try to find another game on Sunday, or do you, at this point, just take a week to chill?
Oh, boy. If you knew who we were thinking about playing, you'd be looking at me like, are you crazy? So right now, I think the league wants us to wait until Friday because of what could happen in the league. We have an obligation to play a conference game. So, you know, and they'll give us 48 hours is what they promised me. So we have to at least wait till Friday. We're supposed to play Sunday at 2, so we've got to wait at least till Friday. And it'll be really hard to find a game, you know, at that point. But, I mean, there was a point. There's a couple of pretty good teams there that would need a game.
I'm about to go look up.
Say it again.
That's what I'm about to go look up. So
Yeah.
see who's
Well, I mean, and again, you know, about 6 hours ago, I was feeling my oats. Right now, I've had a piece of humble pie, and I'm not quite feeling my oats right now. So, you know, but I mean, I'm still confident. I'm not scared. I'll go play anybody, anywhere. You know, tonight happened, y'all. It's one of those nights. We'll fix it.
Have you reached out to a team, Vic?
Pardon?
Have you already reached out to teams as possible?
We have, yeah. But I mean, it's going to be really difficult just because we're not going to hear anything from the conference office until Friday. By the way, I'm glad y'all want to talk about this instead of the game tonight. It makes it's a lot easier to be up here. But yeah, it's going to be really hard in that, you know, and I quite frankly, I was ready to go on the road with them. You know, we were going to go play a pretty good team on the road. So,
Close by?
huh?
Close by?
No.
No.
But, I mean, right now, I'd say it's going to be really hard to do that just because we have to hang out and wait to hear from the Big 12. Now, the good thing is I think all those games in the Big 12 are on Saturday. I think we were the only Sunday game. I could be wrong.
That's correct.
Huh?
That's right.
That's correct? Yeah. So that means those games on Saturday, a 48-hour window would be Thursday. Right?
Okay.
So we would it would still be Friday, y'all, because they would move the game from Saturday to Sunday. So
Have you
it's
called
still gonna.
South Carolina or anybody? Or?
We'll just see how it plays out. Right now, my mind is more focused on trying to get my team ready for the next conference game, which right now is next Wednesday. I mean, we've got way too many things to deal with and fix. I would be concerned right now, you know, doing what we thought we might want to do. So.
Yeah, time for a couple
Vic,
last
how
ones.
about getting your oats, you know, how about halftime, you know, what happened at halftime and what was said after?
Well, I mean, as bad as we played, we were down 4 at half, and we had played miserably. So, I mean, I felt like we were going to be okay. I mean, we just really struggled guarding the ball. We had forced 14 turnovers, which was great. But, you know, they had 14 paint points. They shot 62% for the half, 70 in the second quarter. We didn't have a lot of ball pressure, and we'd already put on the line 13 times. We had 7 offensive rebounds for 4 points, but I went over the post stats. And, you know, I thought we were really slow getting into our offense. We just walked into our offense. We shot 32%. It's just hard. And look, again, I'm gonna wear that. I gotta make sure that I get some kids in the gym.